Hi, everyone. Welcome to Special Presentation with Mike and Ethan. Or,
Alf will not be seen tonight.
we just did 4 weeks straight with guests. Can you believe it? It feels so empty in here. It's like we have empty nest syndrome.
Wait, who are our guests? What crazy guests do we have in this up in this podcast?
Well, first we had Mike Westfall of Advent Calendar House joining us for the commercials.
Oh yes, that was a
And
lovely one. I like that.
that was
one a lot.
delightful.
That was fun.
And then we had our longtime friend Steph Cherwell join us for Wednesday.
Ah yes, always a pleasure.
And then we had our annual Halloween party, which I think doesn't get very good watch statistics on what are we with, Spotify now? I almost said Anchor again, but
Oh yes,
I think
yeah.
I do encourage you people to listen to this one because, especially at the end where Mike goes on a rant about the movie we just watched.
Oh yeah,
Mike
I got really mad about something, didn't I?
Yeah, Mike was almost comatose for that whole show, and then at the end, Mike just goes on this tirade about the dancing pumpkin.
Oh, what's the dead Thunderbelly really set
Dead
me off.
Thunderbelly, yeah.
I was very triggered by that dead Thunderbelly.
and then finally we had Fatty Atomic Mutant for Beekman's World. So,
yes, we love her.
so that's what you've been missing if you haven't been listening for the last month. But so now I feel the need to return to something more conventional. Just me and Mike being intimate.
Yes.
Having a little wine over candlelight, and just letting things happen.
My dinner with Ethan. My dinner with yes.
Tell me more.
Here's a trenchant bon mot. Mood lighting.
Neither of us have seen My Dinner with Andre, so we're just making Simpsons references.
Yeah. That's pretty much everything we do is like just
yeah.
It's like the Simpsons version of a. It's jokes recycled twice, I guess.
Yep.
Well,
it's like how everyone thinks that the song where you yell "Figaro, Figaro, Figaro" comes from Bugs Bunny.
Yeah. Oh, that's true. That's true. It's actually originally from Bohemian Rhapsody. But yes. But yes, we do a lot of Simpsons references. But we're white guys from Gen X. What can you expect?
Yeah.
That was what happened. We're not Gen X. We're Zennials. We're the cool ones.
I prefer Oregon Trail generation myself, but I think there's like a 1 year difference.
Oh, well, maybe. What year? What's the year?
They say that Generation X ended in 1981, but when Generation X was the big news on Time magazine, they said it ended in 1976. So when Generation X was the big news, I had to be a millennial. And when millennials were the big news, they're like, sorry, now you're Generation X.
I know, they were
you're the fucking no homers club.
Oh, God. I Oregon Trail generation is good. Zennial is fine. I hate being lumped in with the Gen Xers, because what a loser generation. Absolute losers. I'm sorry. Just the worst people, because anytime, you've probably noticed this, anytime there's an argument on the internet about generations, the millennials and the boomers, want to fight, and Gen X always come in there like, don't forget about us. It's like, oh my God.
Forget about who? I don't see anyone.
It's like, they're like the fucking bird rights account. Oh, I am uncomfortable when it's not about me. And they're always like coming in and they're like, hello, we're actually we're not just regular moms, we're cool moms. And it's like, oh, thank you. It's the generation that gave us Brett Kavanaugh. Yeah, you guys are really fighting the power. God.
Well, no, I mean, we're still on the same subject. The number one thing to say when Generation X asserts their relevance is, yeah, groovy.
Another Simpsons reference.
You got to speak to them in their own language. Anyway, this is something from, I think, I guess Generation X must have grown up with it, but it was like the older Generation X.
You're closer to Generation Jones at that point,
Yeah, what do you call it? The banana splits generation. My brother's generation, honestly.
Yes.
And, so, okay, there was a time in the 70s when everything had to be a goddamn variety show.
Yeah, they love these variety shows, and I think it was because it was like a form of nostalgia, because people who were old in the 70s were like young in the 30s, so they remember that kind of weird variety vaudeville type thing. And so this was their, like, how now everything is like 80s nostalgia, and how in the 80s everything was 50s nostalgia. In the 70s everything was like 40s nostalgia. So
Yeah,
yeah, everything was
30-year cycle.
exactly. So you had that weird, the return of the variety show.
Yeah,
But
30-year cycle, Dana.
yeah,
And
yeah. Oh, this cat's got claws. Meow. Ooh, I wouldn't want to be Dana right now. She's all like, her face is red. But
she's like,
anyway.
there is no Dana, only Zool.
Only Zool. Oh God, I love being a Xennial. See, that's a Ghostbusters reference for you kids out there. But we're saying everything was a variety show, even things that technically were not variety shows. Ethan, can you think of an example? Possibly something we just watched.
Oh, well, I can think of something that isn't a variety show that that is a good example of how to do a not variety show that is a variety show.
Mm-hmm.
The Muppet Show.
Yes, actually, that's a good point. And the Muppet Show got its start in the 70s, didn't it?
Exactly. So it was part of that variety show, but it was still a parody of the variety show because it was the same people doing it over and over, doing their own acts. So it was kind of like Mad Magazine in that respect. The usual gang of idiots.
Exactly. That's a very good point. I never really thought about how the fact that the Muppets debuted in the 1970s may have played in no small part to its format as a faux variety show.
Yes.
But
And perhaps that's why, when they keep trying to bring back the Muppet Show and they keep trying to do, it's a variety show again. Like, maybe you should do something that is, relevant to the way people watch television now. Which is why those Muppets YouTube shorts work so well.
oh, okay. I didn't know they had Muppet YouTube shorts. Are they all streamers now?
No, but they did a bunch of original shorts for YouTube that would usually end with the video clicking off, and then you'd have Statler and Waldorf looking at it through their webcams and being like, "What the hell did we just watch?"
Oh, yes. That's Statler and Waldorf.
Yes,
What a pair of cards.
but unfortunately, we don't have anything nearly that funny or fabulous in
No.
the Fabulous Funnies.
Oh, more like the Fabulous Crummies. Got him.
The Flatulent Funnies.
Oh, wait.
Actually,
I got
people
it.
would like that.
That people would like that. Very certain demographics. I got one for you. What if you called them the Fabulous Unfunnies?
Oh, what about the Fabulous Dummies?
Oh, got him, man. I have a question. We've done like almost over 200 episodes of this show.
Over 300.
Over 300. Oh my God. Yeah. We have done so much. Look at all the free entertainment that you people get from us. Okay, we've done over 300 episodes of this show. Have we done the Fabulous Funnies before? This felt so familiar.
I believe this is from the same people that produced the Fantastic Funnies, which we have done a long time ago. You remember that was the one with the girl from WRKRP in Cincinnati hosting.
I do remember that, yes.
She actually just died recently, and because of it, that special kind of went viral, and a lot of people were rediscovering it.
Oh, well, I'm glad it was rediscovered, though it's unfortunate the circumstances. Now, I feel like this has come up, though, in conversation before, or maybe I'm thinking of the Fantastic Funnies, because I think Buzz Dixon mentioned working on something with Tumbleweeds when he was on the show.
Yes, he did, in fact, mention this, and when we talked to Buzz Dixon several years ago, I still count that as one of our all-time best shows, so go back and listen to the Buzz Dixon episode if you haven't lately. The Buzz Dixon, who got to tell us the story of how they thought they had a verbal green light from the creator of Tumbleweeds to do a Tumbleweeds cartoon. cartoon, and it turns out he didn't. So he turned on the TV and saw his own characters and was like, "Am I getting paid for this?"
Oops, that's a big
Yeah.
whoopsie doodle. Yeah. Um,
So you see the face of the main character, I guess Tumbleweeds himself. I can never remember the names of any of the Tumbleweeds characters.
yeah, I don't. I just know them by their Western archetypes,
Yeah,
but I
the
like
the cowboy,
Yeah.
the Indian chief, the
Yeah.
Indian princess. Not that they had really had royalty, but
yeah, the town drunk, the undertaker, the outlaw, the school marm. Like they're like each of your favorite Western cliches is represented in Tumbleweeds, and they all have names if you bother to remember them, like Cactus Puss P. Floppenhauser or something. They're all like got with wacky names like that.
let's see.
But
Do they have a wacky piano player?
they should if they don't. I feel like there would be a guy, probably the handlebar mustache.
Yeah.
Tumbleweeds is so interesting because whenever I look at it, it's like I feel like this. How would you describe the artistic abilities of the Tumbleweeds guy? Because
I described it as looking like hieroglyphics.
that's yes, okay, that feels accurate. The characters feel like I don't know how to describe this. It just feels like if you're a kid and you're looking at Tumbleweeds, you think this guy is a great cartoonist, right? Because these characters have so much character, except when you're older and you look at it, it's like, it's really weird how he can only draw each character like in one pose with one facial expression.
Yeah, I sort of suspected reading it recently that he was actually using rubber stamps.
Yeah, there's a very Tim Buckley feel
Yeah,
to the whole staging of the strip.
And they never zoom in ever either, which is then I mean that's not unusual. I mean Charlie Brown never gets zoomed in on, but
No, but I mean there is just every character. Like I think the most you can hope for is like characters will sometimes their eyes will open more or but otherwise like very little changing in expression. The poses are very similar. It definitely has the feel of a guy who like. Here's the thing: is when I was a kid, Ethan, you probably saw these too. You could buy those books that teach you how to draw. Like draw 100
draw
monsters.
50 dinosaurs.
Yes.
Yeah,
And I always remember because like it would show you the process of doing a bunch of circles, and my feeling on these were like, okay, this is great if I want to draw that exact picture, right? Like if I want to draw a brontosaurus in that exact pose, but if I want to draw the dinosaur in various poses, how do I? This process is not helpful. It doesn't teach me how to do it. I can draw this one thing, and I feel like the Tumbleweeds creator like got one of those books and it was like draw a cowboy, and he's like, I could draw that exact cowboy in that exact pose really well. I got a lot of practice at it, but that's the only thing I could do. Is Tumbleweeds funny, I guess, is the question, because I don't remember ever having strong feelings one way or the other about Tumbleweeds.
not especially, but I can remember a total of 2 Tumbleweed strips. I remember the one where the dumb cowboy gets horrified at the thought of potato foie gras because he thinks they killed a goose just to paste pictures in a scrapbook, and I remember which is a disgusting thought. So I guess it does sound like the kind of thing an actual child would think. So, and I remember the one where the Poohawk chief has people asking about his the new decoration on his teepee, and he says big medicine to ward off evil spirit dudes, and it's a picture of Bart Simpson holding a slingshot.
Oh wow, they were being topical there.
Yeah, for real.
Damn. Tumbleweeds is updated for the new millennium. This ain't your dad's Tumbleweeds. Surge. All
It would
right.
be really hilarious if it was actually from the new millennium and not from when Bart Simpson was the biggest thing
Well,
in comics.
considering the glacial pace with which the funnies page acknowledges anything, any cultural change, I would not be
Yeah,
surprised because I remember picking up like the comics page in like 2010, finding the anemic desiccated corpse of what was once a thriving comics ecosystem. But yeah, by that point it contracted somewhat in 2010, but newspapers
yeah.
still existed. And you just read the comics, and anytime they wanted to show a young person, it's like, baggy pants, backwards hat. Oh yeah, that trend we were all doing in 2010.
Yeah. Man, they
Yeah.
should have drawn them like with a raccoon coat,
Oh
and
yeah, the little pendant,
yeah, exactly.
driving around in a jalopy. I love when
Yeah,
when the family circus goes on vacation and they're like,
yeah.
"Here's a
just
pendant."
holding a just holding a pennant that says "young."
Now, I believe we've been talking of Tumbleweeds, but Tumbleweeds, even though they're in the intro to this show, they're not in the actual show. They got excised.
No, they had
So,
to cut. They had to cut them out because they didn't actually have permission from Tom Tumbleweeds or whatever the hell his name is.
well, luckily, they had the permission of so many other great comics. You can honestly say there are no stars in the sky tonight because they're all right here on the Fabulous Funnies.
The Fabulous Funnies.
Oh,
I
God.
that theme song. There's something so like melancholy about it. The way they sing that line, "The Fabulous Funnies," it's not in it's not in minor key, but it still feels kind of like a dirge.
It feels like at the end of Soylent Green when they put you the poison in you and they roll you into that room and you can watch like videos of like flowers as you slowly fade out. That's what that feels like. It's so just like soporific. Oh God. It's like, hey kids, are you ready to be bored? You will be. Yeah, it's not. And plus, half of the theme song is not only is it like incredibly like soothing, just like a lullaby, but
Yeah.
then all the characters are basically saying like, "Well, guess what? You're gonna learn something tonight." It's this is
That is the most hilarious part of this is that and it's not only a cartoon where you get to see all your favorite characters from the funny pages, they all have a lesson to teach you.
yes.
This is the kind of thing that made John Kay's ass pucker.
And I can't say he's wrong.
No, yeah.
John Kay, broken clock twice a day.
Uh-huh.
Because yeah, God, this was a Ruby Spears joint, wasn't it? I think I saw.
No, it was once again Filmation. Once again
Oh,
a
Filmation.
Lou
Okay.
Scheimer production.
Lou Scheimer, bless his heart, he believed it was his moral duty to make instructive cartoons, and I can't. I think that's a great thing. I think it's unfortunate that like he was so alone in that crusade, but it did make a lot of Filmation cartoons a little weirdly didactic. Um,
Yeah.
like He-Man and Brave Star and She-Ra all had a little lesson at the end, but
Yeah.
and other than that, they were pretty. They were pretty good
Of course, you
shows.
got that with non-Scheimer cartoons too.
Yeah,
G.I. Joe and Jem had it.
that's true.
And they made some for Transformers, but they never actually showed as part of the show.
Oh, interesting. So like this was a standard '80s cartoon thing, and having a lesson tacked on the end, it's fine. This show is definitely like not content to just let the moral flow naturally from the escapades we're watching. This one, they want you to be aware of it, so they will remind you constantly throughout this thing. In fact, it's that awful caveman reminding you all the time.
Yes, that caveman. Okay, this is the worst character.
I hate this guy. I hate him.
I mean, I was just like, this is what happened. It looks like John Machito, the Micro Machines guy, drank from the wrong grail.
Oh, he speaks in rhyme, which does not make him
That-
endearing.
Yeah, I don't know who thought that was it's never a good idea to have a character who only speaks in rhyme. Because one thing, it can make, then because when you're playing, hey, when you're with your friends, you're like, hey, let's play Cadillac Cats. They can make you be Wordsworth, and you have to stumble over your rhymes to say anything.
Yeah, that's the good point. And luckily, no kids were playing alley-oop. So
No kids were playing alley-oop. I've never even read an alley-oop. It was never in any paper that I grew up with.
Now, alley-oop is an ancient comic strip. I believe turn of the century. So was it even still around by 1973?
I'm fairly sure it's still around now.
Oh, it's one of those zombie strips, huh?
Oh, yeah. Uh-huh.
Okay. It's one of those strips that, like, still exists in theory, but you will never actually see it. No actual newspaper does it. Okay, well, let me look up alley-oop to find out some more. Okay, alley-oop, originally from 1932, so not quite turn of the century.
Yes. Notice it says alley-oop is a syndicated comic strip, not was.
So this thing does still exist. It's almost 100 years old. And I am going to bet dollars to donuts that alley-oop was already a zombie strip well before 1973. I think that probably I doubt anyone past the 50s was reading this thing.
Maybe not well past. It looks like the creator retired in 1971.
Oh, okay. So I'm still gonna.
Oh, but this is from 1978.
Well, I'm still.
So you're right.
I'm still suspicious that, like, I feel like its heyday had probably long since passed by the 70s. It was probably in, like, no newspapers, unless it was in the penny saver for old people, because this is okay. Here's the thing about the Fabulous Funnies. What are the Fabulous Funnies on this thing? We've got alley-oop. We've got Nancy. We've got
Nancy and Sluggo.
And Sluggo, right? Was it called Nancy and Sluggo?
I don't know, but they're like, "Hi, I'm Nancy. Hi, I'm Sluggo. We're here to entertain you."
Oh, that's right. And you'll learn something about being an Uggo. I don't know.
Actually, there is a character named Uggo in this.
Oh, there is. That's true. Okay, so we've got Nancy.
And Broomhilda.
We've got Broomhilda.
She's the best part.
She is
by far.
We've also got the Captain and the Kids, another turn of the century comic strip that is apparently, I think, was going as of 2021, but I think it actually. Yeah. You know what? Let me double check this. I think it actually finally died, but maybe not. Let us see. No, apparently it is still going.
Damn.
So this one is from 1897. So it is way over 100 years old.
Close to 130. Holy shit. The opening credits, we have the Captain and the Kids, Broomhilda, alley-oop, Tumbleweeds, but we don't see him. Who are these two teenagers that are smooching? I don't recognize them.
Yeah, I don't know. It's Love Is. No, I don't know. I don't think we ever see them.
That's not two naked 8-year-olds who are married. Simpsons.
Exactly. That classic Simpsons. I don't think... oh, God, I don't think... No, we did not see them in any of the shorts that we saw for this thing.
No,
I don't know.
We only watched 2 episodes that were paired together because they were extra high quality. But there's actually a lot of episodes available online. Although apparently there's only a total of 13 episodes of this show.
Okay.
Which ran from September to December 1978.
Okay. Well, according to Wikipedia. It has, let's see, anthology show including Broomhilda, alley-oop, Captain Kids, Nancy, Emmy Lou.
Emmy Lou, formerly Bobby Socks.
Okay. So, Emmy Lou. I've never heard of this comic.
Me neither. It ended Wow, it ended the month before I was born. Shit.
Damn. Okay. Good job, Ethan.
I killed Emmy Lou.
um, it looks like anyway, so I guess there's some Emmy Lou appears in this thing. Like everything else, it appears to be it's an older comic. It looks like let's see. Yeah, so Bobby Socks
Yeah, Bobby
was
Sox, 1944, the year my mom was born.
okay.
Wow. Bobby Sox came in with my mom and left with me.
Wow.
Wow.
So I think it looks like this is again kind of an older strip. It looks like of the strips that were on the show, probably Broomhilda is the most modern for 1978.
Yeah, so that explains why Broomhilda is very much the feature presentation. And, of course, 1978 is also the year that Garfield got started, but they didn't know that Garfield was going to be a hit yet.
Not yet.
God, can you imagine if Garfield had been part of the Fabulous Funnies? Ugh.
How embarrassing.
Oh.
They would have. The best part, of course, would be that like they would have Alan Oppenheimer doing Garfield's voice, which would be
Exactly.
Kind
He
of
would have
strange.
sounded. He would have done it like Cringer too. I bet.
Oh, 100%. Or if they just got June Foray and just Garfield just sounded like a witch, like every witch you've ever seen in a cartoon.
If Garfield sounded like Jokey Smurf.
Yeah. Oh my God. Wow. Okay, so the Fabulous Funnies.
The Fabulous Funnies.
So I assume must be what it's like when children of today turn on the TV and there's a bunch of like rebooted garbage from the 80s for old people on. Like
Right.
when they're like, "Hey, look," and your dad is all like, "Look, He-Man's back. He-Man's the coolest thing ever," and you're like, "What the fuck are you talking about, old man?" And they're like, or like, or
If he's so cool, why isn't he out catching Pokemon creatures?
yeah. If He-Man's so cool, why isn't he like in Has-Been Hotel Skibbity Toilet?
Yeah.
Or,
Why isn't he? Why isn't he unboxing his own toys? I'd watch that.
That's right. Why isn't
Actually-
he in Minecraft?
Actually, that's kind of a brilliant idea.
I mean, that is. You know what? If only we lived in the world of the internet where you could like do a series like that, like Chad Vader style. You remember that?
Yeah. Oh my God.
let's
I
be
only know
old.
Chad Vader because he was on one Riff Tracks.
Wow. They let anyone be on Riff Tracks in those days. Insane.
Yeah.
Yeah, I watched a Riff Tracks in a movie theater, like, Riff Tracks Live, which, by the way, kind of a misnomer. It was not live. I do believe was
No.
pre-recorded. But they had, like, their guest riffer was, like, it was, like, Jonathan Colton or something.
Yeah,
It's
they
like-
had Jonathan Colton come on and sing. So
Oh.
yeah, they really didn't know what they were doing in that first couple of ones where they were actually paired up with G4 to produce those. Can you believe it?
What a time to be alive. G4. Oh my God. If if you weren't alive in the mid to early of the aughts, it was like this is what life was like. They came out with a television channel about video games. So you could turn on the TV and watch a whole channel about video games. And the kids went bananas because this was a new concept in like 2003. And it's just amazing. It was like, you want to watch this? Do you want to watch channels all video games? And they're going to have commercials which are geared to like, the sort of person who watches a television channel about video games at 3 a.m. So it was all
And if
like,
And if you want to know why G4 is gone, and yet video game discourse completely dominates the internet, how could D4 die in this in the era of YouTube being nothing but video game videos? I'll tell you why. It's because G4 never talked about Nintendo for some stupid reason.
oh, they're like, we don't speak of Nintendo.
Yeah, they were just, I don't know what their problem was, but they were just like, no, those guys are going away. We're all about the future. I was like, oh, Oh, look who Nintendo outlived. Sega, and it looks like the Xbox, and they sure outlived G4, didn't they?
Yeah, I will give G4 credit because they did say they did one time on a television show dedicated to reviewing video games through the art of like improv skits and puppets.
Mm-hmm.
This was a thing. They did these. This was like a thing. It was
What
like
was this
watching.
show called?
Oh god, it was what was her name was on it? The lady that everyone loved because she liked video games. Morgan
Um,
something.
Freeman?
Morgan Freeman? No,
Fairchild?
no. It was like Morgan. Uh,
Morgan in
I
the Morning? I don't know.
She had a last name that started with M. It was like Morgan McKinley, a Morgan Mangrove, or Morgan something. She was on this show where they would review video games, and they reviewed this video game called Honeycomb Beat, which I guess was kind of like a Tetris clone, and they didn't like it, and so they had a song based on the honeycomb, the honeycomb cereal jingle,
Yeah.
and they said honeycomb beat, yeah, yeah, yeah. It's not good. No, no, no. And that remains probably the funniest thing I have heard in my entire life. So I don't know why we're even bothering with this podcast, but anyway, the Fabulous Funnies. They are not about video games. These are about the
Yes.
funnies, and they're not
They're
funny.
not good.
They're not good. No.
No, no, no.
We're going to be learning lessons. The fucking Katzenjammer Kids are telling us that we're going to learn a lot about how to work and how to play. So, if you didn't think it was didactic enough, you're also going to be instructed in how to have fun.
The Katzenjammer Kids. I mean, if somebody told me, "Hey, the Katzenjammer Kids are going to show you how to have fun," I was going to be like, "Yeah!" Because I was, presumably this would involve like, shooting a sharpened tin can arrow up someone's ass, but no.
No, no. Though technically, I don't know. Are we now actually? We're not actually looking at the Katzenjammer Kids. Technically, we're looking at the Captain and the Kids, which is the rival strip. Apparently,
Yeah, it's one of those things where, see, before one company owned all of the newspapers and told them what to think, newspapers used to have bitter rivalries even within the same city, and the one that was publishing the Katzenjammer Kids didn't treat the cartoonist okay, right? So he took a strip over to their competitor, and because his paper had the rights to the Katzenjammer Kids, the name, he started a strip called The Captain and the Kids that was the exact same. So
yeah. So
this has happened before, kind of like in Little Nemo in Slumberland. Briefly, it changed newspapers and became In the Land of Wonderful Dreams. And then it became Little Nemo again.
Wasn't there also like a Queer Visitors from Oz thing that was kind of similar to this, where
Kind of. There was Queer Visitors from the Marvelous Land of Oz by L. Frank Baum himself, but who by this point had had a falling out with his partner W. W. Denslow, who started his own comic strip called The Scarecrow and the Tin Woodsman, which is. Okay, the plot of The Scarecrow and the Tin Woodsman is that the Scarecrow and the Tin Woodsman get tired of acting in the play that they're in and go out to see the world, which is bizarre because it suggests like the actors playing them have had like some kind of simultaneous psychotic break and think they are the Scarecrow and Tin Woodman.
Oh, you gotta love it. It is difficult to wrap your head around the world in which things like this were possible, since we now live in a world where copyright is so ironclad and controlled by one company. The idea that like you just be like competing, like, oh yeah, it's the exact same strip, but they're different. Is odd. So we had the Captain and the Kids, which in the Fabulous Funnies, and a bunch of other comics from 19 Dickety. And I can't imagine any kid in 1978 turning on the TV and being like, "Oh, good, the Captain and the Kids. Oh, joy, Emmy Lou. Oh, good golly gumdrops." Nancy and Sluggo. Oh, whoop-de-doodle, it's alley-oop. Because,
Now this is it's 1978. Every kid has two words in their mind, and they are in alphabetical order: Star and Wars.
yes. And if you had Star Wars fever, the Fabulous Funnies, that ain't scratching it. This is your dad's cartoon show.
Yes.
You are going to be God. I mean,
You know,
it's
this is from the era that the pre-toy tie-in era that Buzz talked about, where he said that they had to actually consider the concept of a Pet Boys cartoon simply because it was something that the executives would recognize and know. You had to base everything around advertising characters.
wow. Yeah, so this is it's a glimpse into another world, you might
It was
say.
a dark time for animation. The
Yeah.
Simpsons was still 10 years away.
Yeah. So some executive was like, I know what alley oop is because I'm 1,000 years old, and they were like, great, we got a
He was my
cartoon show.
neighbor.
Yeah. The important thing is a character from alley oop is basically the MC of this variety show.
His name is Foozy?
Uh,
What?
Again,
Foozy?
an extremely 19 dickety name, if I'd ever heard
Yes.
one.
That's
Uh,
right up there with Woozy Winks.
yeah, everything about alley oop, I'm just like, oh, I'm sure that if you like are a big fan of like, you know who would like alley oop, you know who would like alley oop in in
Oh,
a in a kind of ironic hipsterish way.
oh, okay, I give up.
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
about to say Joe Biden.
No, like, oh my God, Joe Biden. Yeah, he loves alley oop. He would actually. I can just imagine Joe Biden getting up and like, they used to have this. It was a show about a caveman. He'd be with a dinosaur, and they don't they don't let you buy the new fireworks anymore. I don't know why I was said anything. I shouldn't have said anything. I'm sorry. I was stupid. That's how Joe Biden would talk about alley oop. It's like a tongue war between different kinds of cavemen. They used to have the cavemen. They lived with the dinosaurs. They did. I'm actually very bad Joe Biden impression, but
No, it's delightfully in how bad it is, honestly.
yeah. So, but no, I believe who would really get a real kick out of alley oop is our good friend Morbius. I bet
Oh, absolutely.
she would be like in hog heaven with this thing. She'd be eating well. She sees alley oop, and I bet she's got a lot of thoughts about this because this is very of a sort with that thing she likes. What is that thing?
Oh,
That
the one that she was on our show to talk about?
Yes, that thing. It was another comic strip. It was drawn by a.
You mean Little Abner?
Thank you. That's the one. It's very
Or
liberal.
Pogo?
Little. It's a little Pogo-esque, but it's more Little Abner-ish. I
Yeah,
think this
definitely.
feels very Little Abner. It feels like how Al Cap was all like, "Kids like hillbillies. Here's hillbillies for you." It feels like Mister Oop in 19 Dickety was all like, I hear these kids love these newfangled dinosaurs. Well, we'll give them some. Okay.
But yeah, Alley Oop is very much of the 1920s Bigfoot style of cartooning.
Yeah, that's right.
Everyone has Popeye proportions, even the women, except for the one attractive woman.
Yeah, they're doing that like the fat broad hot chick thing,
Yeah.
But the main, so let's talk about alley oop because why not? Let's get this out of the way. Let's
Yes.
get this goddamn atrocity out of the way. So alley oop it's basically like the Flintstones kind of, it's that vibe. It's
Yeah.
cavemen. They got motorcycles powered by
Pterodactyls. Yeah.
stuff like that.
I kind of like that vehicle. They never did anything like that on the Flintstones, to my knowledge.
No, that would be too cool. Now, unlike the Flintstones, which is presumably a democracy, because I think they have elections like we do. I think they just do. I think they're just us, but cavemen.
It would be very funny if Fred Flintstone got elected president and he had to move to the White Cave.
I'm surprised. Have they never done that? Because I feel like there's a lot of potential there.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, well, I guess. Can you imagine the Flintstones getting into politics? Jeez.
What I think what amuses me most about this image is the fact that I can imagine Fred Flintstone, like, at the White Cave, and he's giving a speech or something at the end of this hypothetical movie or TV special that we're talking about.
Yes.
We'll call it Fred and Barney meet George Washington or something, right?
There you go. Yeah.
I feel like at the end, Fred or oh no, it would be Fred and Barney go to Washing Stone.
Washington.
Yeah,
Yes.
that would be the name. Okay, so they're
Mr. Flintstone goes to Washington.
thank you. Exactly. Go. So obviously there would be some scandal that here's the plot, right? For 4 reasons, an evil a guy wants to be president, so he gets Fred to be a patsy and gets Fred elected, right? But this guy is the Eminence Gree, he's the Grand Vizier who's getting Fred to like make bad decisions. But then Barney, of course, comes like, Fred, don't you know that actually what you're doing is real bad? Because Fred would be doing stuff like, I declare with my executive order, no, I don't know, no pterodactyls or something, right? and Barney would be like, Fred, don't you know the pterodactyls are actually they're just like us or something, right? And then Fred would learn better, right? And then Fred would have to go against this guy, and he would do it by at the end of the special making a big speech, right, in front of the entire chamber of Congress, or whatever the Stone Age equivalent would be, right? Okay, but during the speech, Fred would invoke the words of the founding fathers, and they would have the Constitution brought out, but it's on a stone tablet, right?
The Constitution, yeah.
Exactly, yeah. And then they would have like a flashback, so you could see the original founding fathers chiseling like the bedrock Constitution, and it would be a bunch of like founding fathers, and they would be like cavemen, right, wearing the caveman dresses like Fred does, but they'd also have like powdered wigs and stuff, right? And so you just have to imagine that the past of the Stone Age, there was a Stone Age that looked like the colonial times, And like it's just the history repeats. And if you go back to that, there you're gonna be like Stone Age, like Romans, like Romans.
I am really excited about the idea of Stone Age Native Americans.
Oh yeah,
and they're like and they have these stone teepees.
Yes, exactly.
And they introduced the first stone horses to America.
But imagine this, before that, right? Before Christopher Columbus or whatever sails the ocean blue from, Stone Age Europe, I guess. Before that, you have the Stone Age, like, Romans, right? But before that, you get the Stone Age Egyptians. And you keep going back until you get double Stone Age. Yeah. Where it's like, it's double, just it's an infinite regress of these things. Anyway.
Man, yeah, why isn't there an episode where Fred discovered fossils?
Oh, wow. You know what? He should discover... so I know there's...
we have like a pre-evolved Flintstones that takes place rather than like the Cretaceous period where there's all these giant dinosaurs. It's like the Triassic and all the dinosaurs are about iguana-sized.
Hey, I just thought of something, right? Everyone's always talking about that theory that the Flintstones are actually post-apocalyptic and they live like under the Jetsons. You've heard that one, right?
I've heard that one, yeah.
Here's a theory for you. What if the Flintstones, now, like it's not very accurate to the Stone Age, right?
No.
You get dinosaurs, you get woolly mammoths. Most of the dinosaurs are just monsters. They're not real dinosaurs. And of course, the cavemen are they're not living like cavemen, right? It's very strange.
No.
What if the Flintstones, basically what we're doing here, it's not our Stone Age. This is the same kind of Stone Age as in like BC. So these are basically people who have just been expelled from the Garden of Eden, and they're like, living in this the wasteland that God has created outside the garden, and this is the first generation after Adam and Eve now. Um, which I think is what BC is, right? We've all agreed that's basically what the
Yeah,
BC is.
they all but say it out loud.
Yeah,
Honestly,
yeah.
so
So that is why Wilma, by the way, is so disobedient, because she was, an imperfect woman created from the rib of Adam. So that's why she talks back. Okay.
oh, so you're saying that that Fred and Wilma are Adam and Eve?
No. I mean, like, there's probably like third generation. So, there's Adam and Eve,
Oh,
and
okay.
then you have Cain and Abel. And by that point, it's dispersed. So there's all of bedrock comes from there. So it's a few generations down. This is post garden, but pre flood. So it's
Okay.
the like Fred is like Tubal Khan level. I think
Flood Flintstone.
Flood Flintstone. Well, why is it they never made the Flintstones on the Ark? I feel like, again, we have these great ideas and nobody's
We have
doing
two
it.
of every animal. Did we have two cavemen? Okay, let's get Fred and Barney. You two
Yeah.
can reproduce, right?
I feel like you can have a lot of shenanigans. How many schmoos are you going to have on this arc, though, is the question.
About 1,000 if you bring one on.
That's true. The shmoo. They do that. They do
They
that.
do. They reproduce like crazy.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, my thought was, okay, why do the Flintstones live in this world that's basically identical to ours, but they're basically doing, 24/7 caveman cosplay? You ever see The Village?
Oh, yes. Yes.
Imagine The Village, but the big reveal revealed it was all taking place in Jurassic Park.
Oh, my God. We're just giving them away for free today.
Yeah.
I mean, God. I don't know why everyone is asking the fucking chat GBT to give them ideas. Listen to our show. We're giving so many good
Yeah.
ideas out there. And, pearls before swine, because I don't see any of our listeners picking up the ball and doing anything with any of these. So get on that. How about you?
It fucking disgusts me that people are, the privilege of being sapient is to have ideas and entertain yourself with your ideas. And now people are like, oh, Magic 8 Ball, give me an idea. Eat a small rock.
Oh, it's so hard to think. I'm so glad that my children will be spared the tyranny of thinking.
Oh, every time I think, it makes the lead in my blood and the plastic in my testicles scrape together.
Oh, it's hard. It's hard. This is everyone today except for us. Everyone is dumb but us, is what I'm saying.
Everyone is stupid except me.
Yes, Simpsons. Okay, but anyway, Fabulous Funnies.
We keep bringing up the Simpsons because the Fabulous Funnies cannot compare to the Simpsons.
I gotta
maybe
say,
today's Simpsons.
Well, yeah, there's that. I mean, hey, we're revitalizing the Fabulous Funnies as something that is both fabulous and funny. Okay,
yes.
Alley-oop. Let's talk about this pile of shit.
Alley-oop, oop, 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 oop.
Oh, that's right. There was a dance craze. There was an alley-oop dance craze. So alley-oop.
I heard that song about 100 times before I found out that it was, in fact, based on a comic strip. So,
oh, really? Is it? Let's see. It's a Bonzo Dog song, isn't it? Or maybe they just covered it.
They probably did. Yeah, I thought it was I was under the impression it was kind of proto Motown, but
maybe. Well, I mean, let's just say that this dinosaur comic was so popular that there had at least sounds like 2 songs. He's a real go-getter and a mean motor scooter. That alley-oop,
Oh, is that what they're saying? I could never understand the actual words to it.
Something like that. He's got a he's got a genuine something dinosaur. Something, I don't know, alley-oop, oop. Okay, so alley-oop, he's a caveman. What is
his name is derived from the French phrase alley-oop.
Yeah, that's the noise you make when you lift a thing.
When you just landed outside of outside of the place where Muddy Mudskipper has kidnapped the Pope.
Yeah.
Right.
Simpsons.
Simpsons?
Well, it's a running gag at this point, so okay.
R.I.P. Frank Zappa.
So the guy who is so alley-oop he's a caveman. He has a dinosaur named Dinny, who is he's a big dinosaur.
Dinny? What the? Dinny the dinosaur? That makes me mad. Come on! Come on!
Well, I mean, it's because
Dinosaurus versus Crocagator.
well, I think he rides on Dinny sometimes.
Yeah, as everyone does. I mean, when we first discovered dinosaurs with when somebody found the skeleton, the incredibly preserved skeleton of an ichthyosaur, I'm sure the first thing he thought was, yeah, but could you ride it?
I mean, it would,
It's the size of a fucking submarine. You can't fucking ride it.
well, not with that attitude.
Yeah, maybe you'd have to strap a multi-person saddle to it, like the elephant that you get rides from at the zoo.
Well, so he's got a dinosaur. He rides it.
And let's see. There's the king is King Guzzle. Okay, and he is married to Queen Umpateedle. Good lord. And these characters were all introduced within like a month of each other. So, and then we have Foozy, the annoying Micro Machines man who speaks in rhyme, and a Grand Vizier named Pookie. What, like Garfield's teddy bear?
Yeah, and then isn't there like there's that guy who's I guess he's like a wise man because they call him Wiser.
Wiser? Oh yeah, that's Pookie. Pookie is the Grand Wiser rather than Vizier.
Oh, it's the same guy? Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, this is Mike. Just letting you know that we talked so much about the Fabulous Funnies that we are splitting this one up into 2 episodes. So join us next week, and we're going to be talking more about these fucking Fabulous Funnies.